Okay, this set of problems is over figuring out elapsed time from one clock to another clock. Keep in mind when you have a clock, an analog clock, the small hand is called the hour hand, and the longer hand is called the minute hand. Okay, so let's just find the time between these two clocks in problem one. Okay, notice that each hour hand is past 6 o'clock. Okay, in this first picture, the hour hand is past 6 o'clock. In the second clock, the hour hand is also past 6 o'clock. Okay, so what we need to do is figure out how many minutes past 6 o'clock these are both showing. Okay, and we do that by looking at the long hand, the minute hand. Okay, so if you're looking at problem one and you're looking at the first clock, okay, it's 6 something. Okay, this minute hand is going to help us figure out how many minutes past 6. Okay, so the way I would look at it is start here at the 12 and think about how many minutes has passed before the minute hand would be right here. Okay, and I like to count by fives because in between 12 and 1 is 5 minutes. In between the 1 and the 2 is 5 minutes. Okay, between the 2 and the 3 is 5 minutes. Okay, so far we have 15 minutes, and then it looks like 3 extras. So that would be 18 minutes past 6 o'clock. Okay, so that first clock says 6:18. Okay, the second clock, okay, remember it's 6 something as well. Okay, if you look at the 12, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I'm just counting in fives. So there's 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and 1 extra. Okay, so that's 640 with 1 extra would be 641. Okay, so the first clock is 6:18. The second clock is showing 6:41. We want to know how many minutes have gone by. Okay, we can just subtract. And now be careful if you're looking at two different times with different hours. Just be careful that there's 60 minutes in every hour. Okay, so you're not going to be borrowing tens, hundreds, thousands. You're going to be borrowing 60s. Okay, that's not going to come up with these problems. Okay, but we're just going to take 41 minus 18. Okay, 11 minus 8 is 3. We had to borrow, so that 4 becomes a 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay, 6 minus 6 just goes away. Okay, so 23 minutes has gone by from clock number 1 to clock number 2. Let me show you briefly another way to think about this. If I just wanted to think about where the 2-minute hands would be, see, like clock 1 is at 6:18, right? So I could try to show 6:18 and 6:41 at the same time. Just think about those 2-minute hands at the same time, and then you could think about the minutes between these. Okay? Each of these full spaces is worth 5. So there's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes between the 2-minute hands. Okay, see what I'm doing? I'm just looking at the minute hands for both situations. So that's 20 minutes altogether. Okay, there's an extra here, and there's 2 extras there. So 20 plus 3 extras would be 23 minutes. Okay, so it's still 23 minutes, but just another way you may want to think about trying to do these. Okay, guys, do problem 2 and 3 after you pause the video, okay? And then unpause the video and see if you are doing them correctly. Okay, problem 2. Okay, they're both our hands are past 1. Okay, so they're both representing 1 something. Okay, for this first clock, 1 o'clock, and then an extra 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 minutes. Okay, that first clock is 1:35. The second clock, okay, it's 1 something. If it was me, I would just think about 60 minutes in an hour, right? There's 60 minutes in an hour. So we're 3 minutes short of being all the way up to that 60 minutes for the hour. So this is really showing, the second clock is really showing 1:57. Just a little shortcut there. So if I want to know the number of minutes between, I could take 1:57 minus 1:35. 7 minus 5 is 2. 5 minus 3 is 2. Okay, 22 minutes there. Okay, clock 3. Okay, both hour hands are past 10. Okay, and looking at the minute hand, this first clock is showing 10 o'clock, and then an extra 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 14 minutes. So we're looking at 10:14. Okay, the second clock, okay, past 10 o'clock, looking at the minute hand, it'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 minutes past 10 o'clock. Okay, so that's 10:50. So we could just take the 50 minutes minus the 14 minutes to figure out how many minutes have gone by. 10 minus 4 is 6. You had to borrow, make that a 4 minus 1 is 3. Okay, 36 minutes. Okay, guys, try the Khan Academy lesson, but please let me know if you're having troubles.